So, I'm gonna be totally honest and completely transparent. I really messed this one up. I can't believe I did so horrible on this video. So, I'm also going to add forgiveness. So, please forgive me for it. Today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different, something I haven't done, and I'm really kind of hoping that this one goes okay. I am actually recreating a casserole that this lady has put out. I thought it would be a great one to bring to the channel. It seems really simple and it's so versatile. Even though I messed up the casserole, it still actually came out pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So we're gonna go ahead and start this out by greasing the pan to make sure that all of the stuff doesn't stick. Go ahead and make sure you get up around the sides and all through the corners because we don't want the food to stick and we want to make sure it's greased really good. I went and raided my refrigerator for any kind of cheese that I happen to have in there. I have a few different kinds here that I'm going to go ahead and top my food with. We're going to grate this up in just a minute here. So into the cheese grater goes my pepper jack and my cheddar cheese. The other one, I'm not sure what it is. It was just a random cheese I found, and we're going to grate that down. And here I have some onions. Let's watch me horribly cut these onions. It's awful. So now that we've got the onions cut up, we want to make them roughly about the same size so that when we cook them, they cook at the same speed. And then down here in the corner, I've got some garlic that we need to get chopped up as well. Inside of a skillet, we're going to brown up some beef or sausage, whichever one you prefer, or you can do both if you choose to. Either way, we need to break this up so that it's a crumble. I chose to add a secret ingredient, which you'll see soon here, but as we continue to crumble this up, we're going to render some fat out, which is what we need. And then once the fat starts to come out, we're going to go ahead and dump our onion into it. And I'm leaving some behind, but that's okay because we're going to get it out too. Let's go ahead and mix those onions into the pan a little bit. It'll also help season your food because onion is a great seasoner. As we continue to stir the pan with all the ingredients in it, you'll notice that I introduced the secret ingredient. And here I have the onion are starting to change color, and that's what we want to see. We want to see them start to change color, and then we're going to add in some bacon. This will also render some fat. It's okay. I didn't want that bowl anyways, but it's okay. So it's going to render some fat down to help us cook those onions just a little bit more, and it's going to allow for those onions to take on a new flavor. pulling that aside, we're going to go ahead and put some fat over on the other side of the pan because I have another thing that wasn't a part of the original recipe, but I think you guys are going to like it. So I'm lifting up the pan and I'm having the fat drain to the other side. And as you can see, it's puddling up pretty nicely over there, which is actually kind of a nice thing because now that I'm putting this bread, it's scratch made focaccia that I thought would be really, really good with this recipe. Now that we've got the focaccia toasted up, we're going to go ahead and add our marinara or red sauce of choice and mix this all together inside of the meat mixture. And let's not burn it in the process. I noticed some smoking and so I needed to turn it down. Great, we're doing such a wonderful job. We're going on to the next step where we're going to salt some water and add some pasta into it. You want to make sure that you do this generously and add a good amount. We're going to grab whatever choice of Alfredo sauce that we would like. I'm using a 16-ounce jar, so whatever sauce you would. Adding that sauce to the noodles. We're going to make sure that it's all mixed up and incorporated. Make sure that the noodles are to your desired consistency. Some of us like al dente. It's okay. I didn't want those noodles anyways, but go ahead and stir it up so that each noodle gets some of that yummy flavor. Now, this is the part where greasing it became important. We're going to add all of that to a baking dish, and I'm going to put that sauce on top. I added the noodles first, and I opted to add a little bit of ricotta cheese to it. You'll see that in the final results. But as we go ahead and spoon this meat mixture into it, I also want to point out that the container I'm using is much smaller than your average container. I only used a quarter pound of beef in order to make this. The container that I'm using, the glass baking dish, is only 3 cups. So it really is a very small baking dish. If you would like, you could also use a standard baking dish. I believe that's a 9 by 13. You would just have to add more of the ingredients. Again, I only used a quarter pound of beef in order to make this meal. Now that we've got the beef mixture, we're going to go ahead and add some of that grated cheese on top. Again, I used a 3 cheese blend, but you're more than welcome use whatever it is that you choose to do and what your family enjoys. I will be having some of this cheese left over, which will work great for that focaccia that's up above. And I hope that you guys enjoy that. I enjoyed making this meal. So hopefully I had some tomatoes that were going to go bad if I didn't add them to the dish. So I went ahead and added some tomatoes to this. I don't necessarily know if whether or not it added any additional flavor, but I'm glad I added them. With the remaining ingredients, I made this little snack. Maybe you can use up the ingredients too. Dinner is served. I really enjoyed making this one. That focaccia bread turned into my garlic bread. I hope you guys try it as well. Thanks. If you like content like this one, there's a button over here. Press it. If you like videos like this one, press it. Thank you for your most valued currency, your time. Bye.